So I'm experimenting with the mic setting as I have been doing all morning, and you'll have to give me your feedback and I can make adjustments and changes. I think I mentioned in the first video with the super high gain, it is pulling, I think, the fan from 5 rooms down the hallway, but it is very loud. It's also very sensitive. It might be okay without headphones or with headphones with low volume. That's my guess so far. That's the one on Time Is Not Real, but it's fun, so watch it anyway. I took the setting off of stereo. It's just an experiment. We are on the first setting of the Yeti, and I brought the gain down to like halfway, I think, something like that. I brought the volume down a little bit, so hopefully, because when I hear it now, it sounds subtle, but when I play it back, it's like 50% louder. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know, I'm silly. I haven't slept. I'm staying up because I have a phone appointment at 11 o'clock and I didn't want to fall asleep and miss it. So I thought I would do some of these little fun little short readings that I came up with ChatGPT's help. I haven't done my hair dye, I haven't done my nails, but they're in the works. They are scheduled. They are scheduled. And I have the mic cover, but I didn't like how that sounded either, so I might switch to the pink mic and just, the Yeti and I were just not getting along today. I loved how the high volume, high gain sounded in my headphone, but when I played it back, I didn't love it as much. It was like a hurricane was happening as I was speaking sensitively. So I'm just gonna keep experimenting and messing with it. Okay, hopefully this sounds okay, because also when I have been stopping and starting, the mic has not been turning on at all, so that's fun considering that it's still new. Okay, A Course in Miracles Inspired Reflections. I thought about doing this with no mic at all, so hopefully this will be okay. So I am going to probably be reading it because I did not memorize this, but I studied A Course in Miracles some years back. It's a metaphysical teaching. You can look it up if you're interested. It's definitely different than a lot of other teachings, but what I like about it is that it says there's no monopoly on the truth, and it says that it might be your path and it might not. There's no such thing as if you don't follow this will happen to you. If you don't follow this path, then you're wrong. It just says you'll know if it is your path. So if it's not, it's not. And it's just me whispering, right? No pressure of any sort like that. I just am sharing, just like everybody does, sharing what's going on in my life or what's on my mind. And I've just recently started back with a spiritual practice. So, these are just going to be some of the, principles. And there are 365 lessons in the workbook for A Course in Miracles that goes for a year. And I have never been able to finish it because of resistance and discipline issues. I would say resistance, major resistance. But one day I would like to restart and try again. The other thing that I love is, and this might not be an exact quote because I did not write this one down, but I have it on my wall actually in my living room. A Course in Miracles in the beginning says that it says that, I'm trying to think exactly how it's worded, nothing, only love is real. Nothing unreal can be, nothing real can be threatened, and nothing unreal exists. So only love is real. Nothing real can be threatened. And what did I say the last part was? Nothing unreal exists, actually. So there's that. So I did use ChatGPT for some help with the wording again, just FYI. Okay. Mental health, shared healing, A Course in Miracles inspired reflection. It's kind of the idea here. You are not alone in experiencing the effect of your thoughts. You are not alone in experiencing the effect of your thoughts. When we share what's going on in our minds, even the messy, tangled so sorry, I can't read, but I'm scared stuff. It doesn't just help us, it clears space in the collective weather of the room. You feeling better helps everyone breathe easier. Okay. Only your mind can produce fear. Only your mind can produce fear. But your mind can also, like, quiet. You know, your mind can also be, it doesn't have to be silenced. There can be thoughts, but you can put your focus, like your attention, your awareness, you can put it on silence or on awareness or on ultimately what leads to peace. We don't have to do anything alone. Letting someone sit in the storm with you is the bravest way to turn fear into calm. Talking about your mental health is strength. It's retraining your mind in miracles, one word at a time. Talking about your mental health is strength. It's retraining your mind in miracles, one word at a time. Teach only love, for that is what you are. When we share our struggles and listen to others without fixing, just holding space, just holding space, just holding space, we are teaching love. We are saying, you don't have to be perfect to be worthy of love. You don't have to be perfect to be worthy of love. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. There it is. Your pain is real. You imagine it's like it feels real. It might not be real in like the higher self or the soul's version of things, but you know, that doesn't matter, right? When we're living our day-to-day life. You think you're unlovable because of pain. That's an illusion. The real you, beneath the anxiety, beneath the emotion, beneath the numbness, beneath the overthinking, is eternal, untouched, and worthy always. That deserves repeating. The real you, beneath the anxiety, the emotion, the fear that wasn't there before, the overthinking, the numbness, is eternal, untouched, and worthy always. I remember I am the light, even when I forget, even when I am hurting. The light never leaves me. It just waits for me to look gently inward again. The light never leaves me. It just waits for me to look gently inward again. You're not a burden. You're a light in human form. You're a light in human form, learning how to glow again. Learning how to glow. Glow differently, I guess, in human form, I would imagine. Oh wait, that was the whole thing. Sorry. I'm on to a different reading. I have a whole collection of readings. So I did instructions for being soft in a loud world. I did this little bit of Course in Miracles, and the Course in Miracles principles that were in that were those first sentences. It was the ones that said, you're not alone in experiencing the effects of your thoughts. Only your mind can produce fear. Teach only love, for that is what you are. Nothing real can be threatened, and nothing unreal exists. And I remember that I am the light. One of the first lessons in the workbook is nothing I see means anything, to imply that everything that you see, you give meaning to. So like, you know, like I mean, most of us are going to see a table in the same way, right? Like, we don't really have a big attachment to a table. We all would see a table and be like, okay, a table has a purpose, it has a practical purpose, it's a piece of furniture. But the way I see my child or my dog is going to be different than the way you would see my child or my dog. And the same thing goes for your family members. I would see your spouse as a person. Okay, that's a woman. That's your wife. But you see your wife as like the number one, maybe the most important thing in your entire world. So it's like the idea is just to say that everything that you see is reflecting back the meaning that you have given it, the meaning that you have assigned to it. And I'm just being random right now, but one of my favorite Course in Miracles lessons is the one that says, I am never upset for the reason I think. And I think it's like number 4 or hasn't been completely resolved. And so it causes anxiety, and then I start being grateful for the life that I was complaining about. So you see how perspective is. But it's interesting because if I'm never upset for the reason I think, then it's coming from a different place, and it kind of ties back into illusory problems. It's very deep, but I think that's very interesting. There's one I think says remembering that we're like the way Jesus spoke, because the Course in Miracles is the message is from Jesus. I don't know if I mentioned that, but that is the teaching. So it's like, I believe it's like you're the light of the world, like the way Jesus is the light of the world. You are bringing the light of the world, like your essence, your God spark, if you will. That's not a quote, but okay, that's about enough with my tired brain and not having a book in front of me. I don't want to misquote stuff, but that's my Course in Miracles, inspiring mental health ramble of the day. I'd like to do more mental health topics, as it is a passion of mine as I work as a psychiatric nurse. So let me know if you have any ideas. Let me know, and if it's not mental health, that's fine. You can still share your ideas with me. What do we think of my neck tattoo? Should I get another one? Like right here? No. It's a fine line tattoo. I'm actually thinking about getting another fine line. I don't want to make it loud. I have one on this arm. I just don't want to I don't know how loud it's recording, so maybe you can see it. Can you see it? No, you can't see it because it's all the way up here. Maybe you can kind of see it there. It's like a magical coffee cup and a book. And you guys have already seen the unicorn upside down. That's new. And then this is you can't really see it, but it's the gravestone from Beetlejuice. Okay, I don't know how the sound is. It sounds so subtle and soft and not super sensitive in the headphones, but I guarantee you it's gonna be like all this extra sound, like there's 47,000 fans in the room with me, and there are no fans in the room with me. Okay, the next one I'm gonna put the mic cover on just for experimentation purposes, and I'm gonna keep it black and white just because of my hair and how tired my face is. But I do look forward to my black violet hair color, some curls, because I got a really cool Tymo or TYMO. I got a curler that works really well. So once my hair is colored, I want to put some curls in. I have a nail appointment. I'm not gonna probably be able to keep up with my nails constantly because it's expensive, but it's also like they break easy. Either that or I am just really rough with my hands, I'm guessing. Because my coworker told me like she's, undoing car seats like all day and she's not breaking hers, so I don't know what I am doing. But and then I wanted to talk just some random ideas I'm throwing out here. I am all over the spectrum, as you're gonna see with these videos, but always gonna do spiritual stuff, always gonna do mental health stuff, always gonna do life updates, as long as, well, I mean, it doesn't really matter if they get a lot of views, but I'll still do them. And then I just messing around with ChatGPT in the middle of the night when I was taking a break at work. I'm gonna do a cute little, just a little like reading called The Moon Has a Crush on You. That's coming. It should already be posted. I did Time Is Not Real, But You Are. And then I did the one about being quiet in a loud world. And then I wanted to do maybe something about like an exercise routine. I'm trying to get back into exercise, so I would love your feedback. Because back when I was like in my 20s and early 30s, I was really quite fit. And I honestly, believe it or not, I used to jog. This is going to sound so ridiculous now, but I used to jog. And you guys don't know where I live, so I'll just try to think of mileage here. I used to jog from where I lived to the gym, which would take me about 45 minutes. I don't know the mileage. I mean, I can't remember the miles. I feel like it would take about 45 minutes to do that. I jogged slowly. It was never about speed. I was a middle distance runner in high school, never a sprinter. And then I would get to the gym and I would do upper body strength, and I would do like my abs, and then on certain days I'd skip upper body and I would do my legs. It was never perfect. I never did my chest. I would do my calves, best part of leg day, and I would skip certain things if there were certain people myself, but I was relatively normal weight, and I became fitter and fitter during that time period, and it was crazy because it feels a whole lot different now. So I'm trying to start over and make a plan that makes sense for where I'm at now with this weight loss journey, and where especially with this, I have spinal stenosis in my lumbar spine, so I have to take that into consideration also. But had to flip somebody onto their side last night, and they were on their stomach and they were heavy, and I'm like, I still have my strength, I can feel it, so I can work with that. We can go forward, we can work with that. So those are some ideas I had. I'll do life update rambles. If you have any thoughts, if I think of something else creative or ridiculous, I will put that on my list as well. I'm hoping this sounds not stupid, but I'm posting it regardless, so it'll just be a learning experience, and we'll go from there. Alright, thanks for being here as always. Please like, subscribe, comment, give me feedback. Be nice about it.